Nova wanted to come back outside. It's too dang nice outside. What the heck kind of... Oh, it's a helicopter. Hold on. I was downtown the other day. They got a helicopter ride down there, and right on the riverfront, and they charge them like 30 bucks a person, and then they just fly up and land. It's a 4-minute flight. If you've never rode on a helicopter before, it's kind of cool to do it once, but it's definitely not worth 30 bucks if you've done it before. If you've never done it before, it's probably okay. Helicopters are way smoother than airplanes. I don't like riding on airplanes. In the Army, I had to ride on more than I could count, maybe 50 or more or whatever. I don't like it ever. But the helicopter is smooth, way smoother. If you close your eyes, you wouldn't even know you were moving. Well, if it wasn't for like the sound. But if you crash on one, well, if you crash on a plane, you're most likely screwed anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. For some reason, you're ever on a helicopter and it's crashing, lay down on the floor. Just try and lay flat on the floor so you don't break your back whenever you hit the ground. Hopefully it'll throw you free from the blades, but it'll at least give you a chance to survive. So if I don't care if somebody's on there telling you not to, don't listen to them. Just lay flat on the floor. I guess I should put some sort of disclaimer so I don't get sued, but nobody's ever going to see these videos, really. I'm just learning how to do this with these videos. I'm just talking. There's a blood moon tonight. Lunar eclipse. I made a little short about it. I thought it was an awesome short, but I click on it like an hour later and YouTube didn't show it to anybody, so I don't know why, but the algorithm's weird, man. And I guess it listens to me talk in these things, because there was a couple videos where they didn't show them to anybody when I was cussing too much, so I guess the algorithm listens to the whole thing. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I posted a short about the eclipse tonight, but it didn't get no views, so I made another one. I thought it sucked. The second video was worse than the first one, but it's getting views right now. But yeah, tonight, if you go outside, if you're in the United States, probably anywhere in the world, tonight between like 1 and 4 a.m. when it's the darkest, go outside and you'll be able to see the eclipse, lunar eclipse. That's whenever the sun is. It's the sun and then the earth and then the moon. So the sun is in between the moon and the earth is in between the moon and the sun, and blocks out direct sunlight and casts our shadow onto the moon. That's how a lunar eclipse works. Solar eclipse is the same thing, except for it's the moon in between us and the sun, and it's the moon casting their shadow on us. That's why it gets dark. Hold on 1 second. I'm like one of the few fucking people that still smoke cigarettes left in the world. But they fucking make these, they put something in cigarettes nowadays so like they don't start fires. If you don't, like, they go out constantly, but the cigarettes that I get, like, you gotta constantly stay smoking. If you just don't take a drag for like fucking 30 seconds, it goes out. Goodness, it's beautiful out here, Nova. She wasn't sick yesterday, I don't think. She was just super tired. Then we went on a late night walk last night. She ended up wanting to go back out. I didn't end up posting it though, because she only wanted to walk halfway up the alley, and then she had laid down on the ground and didn't want to do anything else. She was just tired. Woke up late this morning. We already went on the morning walk. I already posted that. What are you doing? Wanna go for a walk? Do you? Maybe she wants to go. We'll see. See if she wants to go. Hold on, let me set this down, babe. I'm gonna set my coffee down. Hold on. I love coffee. Shit. You know what cadences are in the Army? That's like wherever, you know, when you see the Army guys marching or jogging and they're singing along, that's cadences. But there's a lot of different ones, but there's one that goes like in the Army, like that's its catch. This hook is in the Army, and then it talks about like in the Army how things are. And one of the lines is how like you can chew the coffee or something like that. I can't remember. It's been so long, but I was never good at that. No, I'm not like have no musical talent. But I've honestly had coffee like that in the Army that you fucking take a big drink and there's just all coffee grinds in your mouth and shit. And you're way out in the middle of nowhere, so it ain't like you fucking they bring the shit out to you. So worst coffee ever though. And MREs, they actually give you a little MRE it stands for meal ready to eat, but it's the little food packets that the rations that soldiers get nowadays. It's kind of similar to astronaut food, except for not quite as like it's not all freeze dried and stuff. It's dried and like the fluids are taken out or whatever, but it's not like frozen or whatever. A little bit different. Each MRE, just one MRE, I think if you ate everything in it, I think they're like 4,000 calories. Don't quote me for sure, but it's like a lot. So you know, when you're out soldiering and on missions, you need a lot of calories because you're burning a lot of energy. So they're good. Like they're not light, but compared to any other food, they are. So you can just bring one a day like that. You can get by on less, but if you got one of those a day, it'd be pretty much good. And you get used to them, they're not so bad. But anyway, I was going off on a tangent there. They give you a little side packet in each one. It's got like napkins and maybe a spork thing. And then maybe like salt and pepper and a little tiny single Folgers instant coffee pack. Those are way better than, I would just make my own coffee out in the field with those. Just use your little 2-quart tin container and use that as a pot. Start a little fire and just cook your coffee in that. You'd be better off. I'll do a whole video on Army tips to get you started off on the right track, or even more detailed tips and like instructions. Like I could do probably 3 or 4 videos on the Army if anybody wants to. If anybody's thinking about joining or something, like I said, just leave it in the comments and then I'll do it. A few people are watching. Nobody's commenting on these lives, but I don't blame them. I'm surprised I get any views. I don't know what a view consists of, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy with just a couple. I'm surprised anybody wants to watch it. I figured it'd be like 0 views, 0 likes. As long as there's somebody watching, I'll keep making the videos. And I could make like more edited videos once I get a little bit better and stuff. I'm poor. I don't have a laptop or a iPad or nothing. So right now, all I got is my phone and my TV, Roku, like so I could do, watch YouTube on my TV. But it sucks when you got 2 teenage daughters and a teenage son. Like the stuff that they need nowadays, just like that all the other kids got at least. Expensive, man. phones. You gotta get cars once they get a little bit older. I got my oldest one a Bug, a VW Bug. My middle daughter is only 15, just turned 15. My son is about to turn 13. So he's not as bad yet. Like his jerseys, he likes jerseys and stuff pretty much, into sports. He's all into sports right now. Trying to get him into boxing or wrestling. If I could go back and be 12 years old again, I'd box from way back then instead of trying to start later. I boxed in the Army a little bit. But my daughters are the ones who, like, they're expensive, so I try and, since they don't live with me, I spend a lot of time with them and stuff, but since they don't live with me, I think a lot of dads feel this way, like, we want to buy them stuff to, like, make up for the time that we miss out, even though they don't care. They just want to have a dad. They don't care if you buy them stuff. It's not important. It's more important to us, I think, than the kids. Most kids, anyway. My kids. But it's still expensive to, like, everything you get them's expensive. Even if they just want, like, a little thing of makeup from Sephora. I mean, you're gonna spend $50 just on, like, I don't know the names of all the girl makeup and stuff, just their makeup stuff, whatever. I don't know what's in those bottles or what they make it out of, but shit's worth more than its weight in gold. And then you gotta get them all a phone. Both my oldest daughters got an iPhone, so that was $1,500 a piece. Good thing about that, though, is now they get to trade them in every year, or well, every time a new one comes out, they trade them in, and I only have to pay like $40 for and give them the old one to get the brand new model. So, like, that's a good thing about iPhone. Once you buy one, which most people, if you got good credit, I don't even think you have to pay that much for the phone, but once you buy one, you pretty much got a phone for life. But that, and then all the kids' computers, son's Xbox and shit, all that stuff costs a lot of money. So I don't have any of this stuff myself, but I'm gonna get something. I got a job interview too next Wednesday. I don't want to say where, because just in case any people ever do start watching these, or like my channel gets popular and people come back and watch them later, I don't want to say the place, because there's some lunatics online that'll call and get you fired and stuff like that. Especially if I talk about politics or something. No matter what, you're gonna piss somebody off. And like 99% of the people in both parties, you don't have to worry about it. It's just like whatever. But there's that 1% on both sides that are lunatics. Ruin it for everybody else. Oh, squirrel. I know this guy. Otherwise, I wouldn't go in his yard. All right, you can't go in there. Here, no, you can't get in there. No, we can't go over there, babe. You know we can't. Sorry. These apartments, I don't know where y'all are from and stuff all over the world, but this apartment's my little apartment. It's just a one-bedroom apartment right here in the middle of St. Louis. Is $605 a month, which is cheap for here. As a matter of fact, that's like really cheap for anywhere in St. Louis. You can't get much cheaper without like maybe getting a roommate, living with somebody like that with a roommate, then you could. But as far as the actual rent, anything cheaper than $600 is gonna be either almost damn near unlivable in there, or yeah, she's out there. left her out there. Go back and get her. Yeah, anything under that would be pretty